Good morning, Fuller Cup people, Fuller Cup community. I love that. Fuller Cup community, welcome. Heather Ruth Whole Connections, thank you for being here. And if you want to join my community in the Fuller Cup, it's all about gratitude, love, filling our cups first, understanding our energetic bodies, and understanding how that we can use to lean into our highest and most greatest potentials. What? That just came out of my mouth. I don't even know where it came from. Thank you for being here with me. I am Heather Ruth. I am the host of this 64 Days of Gratitude journey. And I am on this because I feel the world needs just a tad bit more leaning into gratitude. A tad. That's an underestimation. We need a whole lot of it. We need to understand that love is just going to get us through this. It's going to get us through all of the things as long as we can lean into love and really understand what we are doing. Not what everyone else is doing, not what the external world is telling us, but what we are doing, that we understand that our choices are still our choices. And so in this 64 days of gratitude, I'm just going through all the different things that I am super grateful for in this world to provoke and help you maybe see things a little differently. And so today on day 23, I am absolutely 100% grateful for heart connections. When I started leaning into and understanding and studying heart coherence with heart math, following Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, my mentor, Joy Kingsborough, my friend actually, and having conversations with people like my soul sister, Cindy, around the heart center and how we connect our heart and our brain and our body and our mind. It was really important modality for me to get out of my lack mentality that I was living in. And I mean, I was living deep inside this. I was quick to find the negative. I was quick to see how, oh my God, we were in despair and we were struggling. And I never could see the abundant side of things. I really, really couldn't. I was always in the woe is me, playing victim to my life was exactly what I was doing. And when I started leaning into these practices, this idea of heart coherence and operating from my heart center, I could feel the love start to pour in. Whether I believed it fully or not, I could still feel a bit of the love rolling in. Not love of other people, but the love that I was lacking from myself. And so this is what heart connections is when we can get into that space for ourselves, we then connect with others at that level. We bring those people in that are experiencing life and the frequency of the energy, understanding that they are all source and light. We bring them into our universe as well, our own personal universe. There's so many universes out there. There's your personal one, there's the big one, there's the grand one, and there's the 80 million ones out there that we still have yet to discover, right? And it is in those moments that I was able to see how I was allowing my limiting beliefs of myself and what I thought I could do in the world, but I've let those boundaries come up. And when I started to open those up, the possibilities started to come out of the surface, right? I was grounded in who I am. I'm still grounded in who I am. I'm planted solidly in the earth and understand, though, that the earth has to have a little bit of movement. So if you've ever experienced an earthquake, and I was at 7.8, I was in Mexico in 2003, and an earthquake hit, and it was insane. It threw me like no tomorrow. And you would think it then that I would hit that gratitude space then, but I didn't, because I was surrounding myself with people that were in the negative, that were in the limited, that were in the lack. And so I surrounded myself in that for so many years that I couldn't see the abundance in what it was. And abundance doesn't always mean or translate into abundance in the bank account. But abundance can be how you feel about your life. Do you feel abundant? I do. Do you feel abundant with the house that you have? Do you feel abundant with knowing that all your bills are paid and your savings are adding up? And maybe that money that is your free spending money isn't as grand right now, but it will be grand in the future. but it won't be if you're still remaining in that glass half empty portion of your life. It will until you open your heart and start really coming from this place of I'm loving myself. I'm loving the place that I'm in, whether it's $1 million or $20. I'm loving it because I'm safe and I'm taken care of. And when you're in that space, that heart space, you're making heart connections with other people. And these are like amazing connections. Now, I used to say, I don't have a lot of friends. And that might have been true because I was measuring it against some weird quantified number compared to somebody else. But when I understood it, is that I have heart connections, I have quality friendships instead of quantity friendships. Does that make sense? I have like a seed in my teeth. Anyway, um, and this is where it begins, is to understand and hear the voices that you say to yourself and come from the heart space. And as that expands and opens up, it sends out energy, frequency, like 15 feet, 9 feet beyond who you are. And in that, people are attracted. And so I am thoroughly grateful for the heart connections that I have made because it has allowed me to get out of my limiting beliefs, to abandon them, to stand in my own power, to believe in the things that I believe in, and to see the abundance that is all around me. To not sit there and say, oh, well, there's so many coaches in the world doing this work. Why would I even share my voice? Because someone needs to hear it from me, right? And if you're not hearing it from me and you're not hearing it from anybody else, then what are you hearing this message that is really about just loving yourself to the nth degree? So today, go out and pay attention to how you're operating. Is it from the heart space? Is it from the mind space? Is it from the lack space? And really take count of that. And ask yourself, do I want this to change? Do I want to meet myself somewhere else? How can I love myself just a little bit more today than I did yesterday? And that is about gratitude. So I hope you have a most wonderful day. It's Tuesday. We're on the countdown almost to December. This is the last week in November. So enjoy it. I love you. Good. Talk to you soon.